All right, let's cut through all the AI hype for a second. We're not talking about theory today. We are getting practical and actually building the blueprint you need for a successful AI integration project. So, if you're a business owner or a leader who's focused on getting real, tangible value out of AI, you are in exactly the right place. So, here's what we're going to cover. First, we'll talk about a crucial mindset shift, going from a builder to an integrator. Then, we'll dive into how to pick the perfect problem to solve. After that, we'll map out the actual blueprint. That's your scope, your people, your success metrics, and we'll wrap it all up with a 12-week action plan to make it all happen. Okay, first things first, let's talk about the single most important shift you need to make. And that's moving from thinking like a builder to thinking like an integrator. This is literally the difference between just creating a clever AI tool and strategically weaving that tool into the very fabric of your organization to create measurable bottom-line value. So what's the real difference here? Well, a builder, they make a fantastic tool. Maybe it's a model that predicts which customers are about to leave. Awesome. But an integrator, they make that tool useful. They're the ones who embed it into the sales team's workflow, who train everyone how to use it, who deal with all the compliance headaches, and who actually measure if it's saving the company money. Think of it this way. The builder gives you a powerful engine, the integrator builds the whole car around it so you can actually win the race. And that brings us to this idea of an AI integration capstone project. I want you to think of this as your live fire exercise. This isn't some theoretical case study. It is a real-world project with real stakes designed to prove that you can successfully roll out an AI solution across different departments to solve a genuine, painful business problem. So what does a strong capstone project look like? Well, it has 3 ingredients that are totally non-negotiable. First, it has to impact more than one department. Second, it has to be grounded in reality using your actual business data, your real budgets, your clunky legacy systems. And third, and this is the most important one, it has to deliver results you can actually measure. We're talking about real value, like cost savings or happier customers, not just a cool piece of tech. Okay, so you know what you need to build, a strong cross-departmental project. But that brings us to the million-dollar question, doesn't it? How do you find the perfect problem to solve in the first place? And honestly, this is the most critical decision you will make in this entire process. And I really want you to let that sink in for a moment. If you pick the wrong problem, it doesn't matter how brilliant your team is or how perfect your code is. The whole thing can become a frustrating slog that fails to convince anyone. But if you pick the right problem, you're setting the stage for a massive win that gets everyone's attention. So how do you choose well? You use this framework. It's your 4-point inspection for any potential project. For every idea, you ask, 1. Is it relevant across different departments? 2. Can we actually get our hands on the data we need? 3. Will solving this actually make a dent in the business? Will leadership even care? And 4. Can we realistically pull off a pilot in, say, 12 weeks? This checklist is your best defense against picking a project that's dead on arrival. Now, if you're trying to brainstorm, here are a few classic areas that are often ripe for the picking. Things like operational efficiency, demand forecasting, customer personalization. You get the idea. And you know what all of these have in common? They naturally force different teams, like sales and marketing or supply chain and operations, to work together. That makes them perfect candidates. Fantastic. You've picked your problem. Now it's time to actually build the blueprint. And this part is all about 3 things. Defining your scope, getting the right people on board, and knowing exactly what success looks like, all before a single line of code gets written. And right away, you're faced with a huge strategic choice. Do you try to build the whole thing at once, a full-scale implementation, or do you start with a pilot? It's a real balancing act. If you go too big, you could flame out. But if you go too small, you might not prove enough value to get the resources for the next phase. Well, spoiler alert, the answer is almost always to start with a really well-scoped pilot. Let's take this customer service example. The huge problem is classifying every single customer question from every channel, phone, chat, email, you name it. A smart pilot says, you know what? Let's not try to boil the ocean. Let's just focus on emails because that's our highest volume. And let's only worry about the top 4 types of questions. Suddenly, your goal is super specific and measurable, 95% accuracy. It's doable, and it proves the concept. Now, here's the crucial part. A good pilot is never a dead end. It's chapter 1 of a bigger story. You need an expansion roadmap. Once you've nailed the email pilot, you can go back and build a business case for phase 2, adding chat, then phase 3, more categories.
You're not just showing off a cool feature, you're building a pipeline of future value for the whole company.
And remember, a successful integration project is often more about people than it is about technology. You absolutely have to build a coalition from day one. That means talking to the end users who will be in the system every day, the department heads who hold the purse strings, your IT and security folks, your legal and compliance teams, and, most critically, you need a powerful executive sponsor who can champion your project from the top. Before you do anything else, you have to define what winning looks like. Success metrics are your best friend here. They're the specific, measurable targets you all agree on at the very beginning. This way, there's no confusion and everyone is rowing in the same direction. And please, don't just track one number. You need 3 layers to get the full story. First, the technical metrics. Does the AI actually work? Second, adoption metrics. Are people really using it? And third, the business metrics. Did we actually create the value we expected? You need all 3 to prove that you've truly succeeded. For example, saying your goal is to improve customer satisfaction, that's nice, but it's not a metric. A strong metric is specific. It's, we will increase customer satisfaction scores from 68% to 75%. See? Now there's no ambiguity. Everybody knows exactly what we're aiming for. Okay, we have our problem, we've defined the scope, we've lined up our stakeholders, and we know our metrics. Now for the final piece of the puzzle, your 12-week action plan. This is where we take everything we've designed and turn it into a reality. Here's a look at a pretty realistic 12-week roadmap. But what's the most important thing you see here? Look at the beginning. You spend the first 3 full weeks, that's a quarter of the project, just on scoping, alignment, and architecture. All the heavy lifting happens before you start building. That, right there, is the secret to staying on track and delivering when you say you will. And this really gets to the heart of it all. This isn't about creating technically perfect AI that sits on a shelf. The entire point is to demonstrate how to weave AI into an organization in a way that people actually use and that actually creates value. That's the whole game. That's the goal of being an AI integrator. So there you have it, the framework, the criteria, the 12-week plan. It's all in your hands now. You have the blueprint. So the only question left is, what problem are you going to solve first?